High protein and nutrient dense aren't always words you associate with comfort food. Not only is this recipe full of nutrients, tender beef, and tangy, chewy noodles, but you'll have it on the table in under 30 minutes. This Thai-inspired noodle bowl is going to be the newest addition to your culinary arsenal. We'll use a flat iron steak, which cooks super quickly and is perfect for slicing and tossing into the noodles. Plus, there are a few shortcuts in this recipe that cut down on prep time without sacrificing flavor or fresh ingredients. Let's get to it.
Look at that gorgeous certified Angus beef flat iron steak. We'll give it a quick coat with some canola oil. This will help to adhere the spices and aid in the steak creating a beautiful brown crust. Then, we'll hit it with some kosher salt, cracked pepper, and a little bit of coriander. The coriander will really tie together the flavors of the beef with the rest of the noodle bowl. We'll just set that aside while prepping the aromatics. The nice thing about this recipe is that there's just a few items to prep before we can get right into cooking. We'll mince up some garlic, and I highly suggest using garlic cloves. The pre-minced stuff in the jar just loses its fresh flavor and that little bit of kick. Use a teaspoon to peel some fresh ginger and give it a good mince. I love the taste of fresh ginger, so I tend to go a little heavy-handed with this one. Again, using fresh ginger is highly advised over jarred or dried. And ginger can be pretty fibrous, so giving a good smash will help to break it up before mincing. We'll slice up one whole shallot. Cutting the shallot into slices rather than mincing is nice for this recipe. Everything else is going to have a long, slender shape, so slices work well in a noodle dish like this. And that's it for the prep. Like I said, minimal knife work involved. Time to get the flat iron into a pan that has been preheated to medium high. It will only take about 3 to 4 minutes on the first side to create a good crust. When flipping the steak, I like to give it a press with my tongs to make sure that it is coming into good contact with the pan. Flat iron steaks tend to swell up as they begin to cook, and the second side doesn't want to make as great a contact as the first. After another 3 to 4 minutes, it's time to give that steak a rest. It should be between 125 and 130 for medium rare. If not, let it go for a few more minutes in the pan. While the steak rests, we'll prepare the brown rice noodles. Just drop them in a pot of boiling water, kill the heat, and let them steep for 5 minutes or so. Once they're done steeping, just drain them and rinse under cold running water. This will remove any excess starch on the noodles and prevent them from sticking together too much. Return the pan to a medium heat and add another teaspoon of canola oil. Then we'll get the shallot, garlic, and ginger into the pan. You may have a little crust from the steak stuck to your pan, and that's okay. There's a ton of flavor left over in that crust, so just try and scrape it up as you saute those aromatics. Once the shallots have started to soften, add the broccoli slaw mix. This blend is great because it's a pre-shredded mixture of broccoli, red cabbage, and carrot, all of which pack a ton of nutrients. These need to saute for just a few minutes to allow the veggies to soften as well. Add the brown rice noodles to the pan and toss with the rest of the veggies. Those veggies pack so many vitamins, and the brown rice noodles have extra nutrients from still having the germ and the bran on from the rice hull. Finally, we'll add the Thai peanut sauce. I specifically like to use the Sanjay brand of sauce because of its nicely balanced flavor and it's got the perfect consistency. If all you can find is a thicker sauce, you can thin it out with a little bit of lime juice. Just toss everything around to nicely coat with the peanut sauce. This is all so fresh with just a little spice and acidity from that sauce. Now that the steak has had plenty of time to rest, thinly slice it against the grain. Thin slices will make it easier to eat with the noodles. Flat iron is such a tender steak, and when you're using certified Angus beef, you know it will be tender and delicious every time. Because if it's not certified, it's not the best. To plate, just pile up a heap of the rice noodle and veggie mix and top with some of those slices of flat iron. Flat iron is a perfect steak for this recipe because it's tender and the long, thin slices work perfect in a noodle dish. I can't wait to dig in. Noodle bowls are so comforting, and this is a quick and easy way to make a well-rounded meal with tons of flavor.
This is great. The peanut sauce is creamy and tangy. You get a little crunch from that slaw, and that flat iron is nicely seasoned with the coriander, and it's so tender. You wouldn't believe that something that tastes this good can also be so healthy. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time in the Test Kitchen.